curious case of Ben Affleck head. That crazy Ben Affleck head. You've heard of the Ben Affleck resonance, right? Everybody's like, this human. No, the Affleck resonance. So much worse. When the Affleck resonance goes green from the blue and it goes into the green, no good. No good at all. I wish I could get scientific on you, but I can't. It's just no good. You don't want to go green on an Affleck. The resonance, it could destroy the planet. It could. You could see, if you've ever seen the movie Star Wars or Spaceballs, where they blow up the planet and then there's just nothing left afterwards. Like, where'd the planet go? That's what could happen. I'm just telling you. You need to understand the Affleck resonance is real. And if he happens to take that gig in 2023 in Australia, takes a flight, private flight, doesn't freaking matter what he takes. If he takes that balloon head on an airplane from Los Angeles, from the Angeles, out to Australia, pole switch. That's it. We're done. North Pole becomes South Pole. South Pole becomes North Pole. And we're all of a sudden dealing with earthquakes. We're dealing with seismics like you've never seen before. You're seeing like volcanoes erupt all over the place. Vesuvius? Yeah, it came back. It's doing it again. Vesuvius is now erupting. And you're saying, like, I'm gonna run. You're running down the mountainside. You're trying to figure out, where do I go? Maybe I can go into this village, into this hut. No, the hut's made of freaking hay. You don't want to be in there. Keep running, buddy. I wish I didn't eat that sub yesterday. You're saying all kinds of weird stuff to yourself because you didn't eat well. And now you've got to somehow trek the terrain. You're talking like 7 miles here at full speed. You can't stop for a second, even for a breath. There's a little bit of water that is almost, the lava hasn't gotten there yet. It's there now. So you're running still because you're trying to get to a point where you can throw a little bit of water in your mouth while you run, because you're getting parched now at this point. It's 3.5 miles in. You don't even know if you're going to be able to get away from this lava because it's the biggest freaking volcano in history. But that's what Affleck had. And so you're running down the hill. You find the ability. This is something that you just in the moment think of. You're like, I got an idea. I see the angle that I'm moving on right now. If I could find the right rock, right, that's almost like flat on the bottom, and I jump at full speed, I could pull like I would say this is more like a Tony Hawk move, where you kind of kick the ground out and you do a slideroo, and then you slide back. You've seen that in the road, right? Sliding this way, and then I'm sliding that way, and I'm doing woo, and I do one of these at the end. And when we get down at the bottom, I think I've sped up beyond the mile per hour, lava mile per hour. This is a LPV. No, LPH, lava per hour. The lava per hour, it was up to like 16 that day. And I'm running. I'm the fastest human. I was running 17. I was right ahead of it. And all of a sudden, 3.5 miles in, as I'm just about to friggin' just let go. You'd be like, whatever, dude, lava, take me away, right? I see that rock I'd been thinking of. Jump in the air, full speed. Usain Bolt style. I landed on that rock. All of a sudden, the arms are out. You know, I'm doing a Frankie Avalon, you know, from that movie where he's like, oh, the humunga from down under. That whole thing. He's taking it down. Ginger, whatever her name is, there. And she's like, oh. And he's there, Frankie Valli. He's like, I'm the from down under. And he's taking it down. Freaking Pee Wee Herman came out. Yeah, he's saying the bird is the word. And you're like, holy cow, how did that happen? Don't talk to the kid. He's a little weird. He walks around with a comb that's like a switchblade comb. He's like, yeah, they're calling me Knife. And he's like, nice? They're going to call you nice? Okay, nice. Not nice, Knife. What? Nike? Nipe? What did they say? I forget what it was, but it was a funny part of the movie. Frankie Avalon. Yeah. I forget what the movie was called. Anybody remember that movie? The Humunga? From Down Under. I forget what it was. That was a really good movie. Frankie and Francesca, what was her name? Did anybody remember that? Antoinette? No. I can't think of her name. Affleck. Yeah, when you got an Affleck situation going on, you're starting to talk about time, space, continuums. And you got people just kind of morphing time in front of your eyes. You got pole switching, Affleck style. He doesn't know what's going on. I told you. He is a crash course planet, somehow wound up here, the gravitational pull of planet Earth, pulled in Affleck. Affleck heads walking around with that resonance everywhere. You didn't get an X-ray 8.7? An X-ray 8.7 would give you the transparent colors of the spectrum that'll show you Affleck's energy field. Yeah. I'm sorry, you are, I guess, not up to par. I don't know what to tell you. But it's easy for you to do if you just did that one test. And you're like, I can see. You're looking at the spectrum of an Affleck head, and you'd see that it ties back to the solar system, and you could see its path. And it's one of those things where they take telescopes and look at Affleck, and they can see how long it took the collision course for him to arrive here on planet Earth with that friggin' head. I told you, he is the savior of the planet, though. Some people call him the second coming. I'm like, no. He's not the second coming. He is just saving the planet from exploding, asteroid to planet, connection. It doesn't happen because of the Affleck. Everybody's like, how do I travel and go to the ground round again? Ground round. Thought about that today for the first time in 18 years. How do I go to the ground round? Affleck is in the way. Yeah, you got to go around a few state lines. You want to go ground round? Yeah. You got to go the ground around. You got to go to around. You want to go ground round? You got to go around Affleck. When you get to the ear, the second ear of Affleck, you see where you're at his first ear? Just go around. When you get to the second ear, you're 6 days away. You're getting close. How far am I from the second ear now? 7 years. What? Affleck. You want to go to ground round? I'm sorry. Your kids have to go to college in a few years. You can't go. Affleck's in the way. Oh, you want a chance that you can somehow get around? You got a rocket booster? What are you dealing with? You're going to take a plane? How are you going to go around Affleck? You can go over Affleck? You got a drone? Talk to me. What are we dealing with here? Because I don't understand it. The path around Affleck is a 7-year journey. You're going to somehow... I'm going to do it quicker. You're that guy, huh?
I could do it faster.
Oh, what are you going to do? A mile an hour faster? 10 miles an hour faster?
I'm going to go 30 miles an hour
faster. Fine. Still 6 years, 2 months, and 14 days. You're going to do that and think you're all like Hotshot McGee? Go ahead, Hotshot McGee. See if you get back and your kids are still, to meet curriculum. There. I went in there. I can't figure out what 2 + 7 is. I didn't go there. My dad took me on the freaking journey around Affleck. That was your choice. That's on you. Don't say a word to me about that. Maybe I should have listened to Mark. And he should have, I should have taken his words to heart. Instead, you were that guy. I'm going to do it faster. Good luck, buddy. You came back. Everybody's like, who the freak are you? Your boss was like, dude, I fired you 6 years, 1 month and 14 days ago. Where have you been? He's like, I took my kids for a trip around Affleck. What were you thinking? You went around Affleck? What was so important you need to go around Affleck? The ground round? It was never that great a place. Oh, they played movie on the walls and you could have popcorn. Yeah, I remember. It was pretty cool. But still, you can't do that. You can't go around Affleck in less than 7 years. It's got its own gravitational pull as well. So if you bring any metal specifically, it's death trap. A few people had issues. And they have medical staff that travel the, 7-year journey as well. Because they know some people are going to have issues. A couple births, don't forget, there's a chance you can become impregnated by Affleck head just by the star seed system, where it's just kind of he's a planet and everything's around him as planet stuff, and you get the star seed thing, and all of a sudden you've got an Affleck. It's an Affleck kid. I don't know how that head fit in your belly. We still can't figure it out. Science Journal is what we were talking. Is maybe we'll call the journal and have them take a photo when that freaking head comes out. It's like a blimp. What the? How did that happen? We don't know. Remember how like a snake opens up its mouth? Yeah, something weird happened there with that head. That head. Whew, wow. Affleck 2. You want to figure out how they counterbalance each other on a planet this small? We're saying small because if you really saw, if you went up close, if you walked up 5 feet away from Affleck and you tried to take it all in, you get a nostril. That's all you get. You get one nostril. You're like, oh, what the? Oh, it's a nostril. And then you're like, oh, I gotta move. I gotta go out. Like, you gotta bring the focus back. I gotta go. I can't be 5 feet away from this guy. How do they shoot his head? Oh, 184 cameras. Oh, I get it. You step back like 300 yards. You got this much of his face at 300 yards. You're like, oh my goodness, that's Ben Affleck. All this stuff out here. You needed to go out a mile to catch it all with just like a normal like gaze. Oh, look, there's Ben Affleck. Like that. And what the weird thing is, this is the weirdest part. You're a mile away, but it's almost like he's right in your face. Look, we're all dealing with it. That couple with the kids on their way to school. Look, let's take this detour around Affleck. Dad, I got calculus that too. Oh, don't worry about it, son. We'll be quick. They didn't see the sign. There's a sign there. 7-year journey. Buckle up. Look, I can't change reality, you know? And if you really are that into ground round and you want to go to the only one left and you're like, I'm going to get there, you're going one way or the other. 7 years either way. Oh, and you know, this time I'm going to go south. The weather's better if you went south. Like, what were you thinking the first time? First time, you're like, I'm going around this way ear to ear. When you got to the ear on the other side, you went through 7 blizzards. Let's see, it was 7 years. So 7 blizzards. You had that earthquake situation. I don't know if you remember that. You drove through that year. And it was a year of earthquakes in that one section of Affleck Head. And you finally get there 7 freaking years later. You remember how many times the kids were saying to you, Dad, why didn't you take the southern route? Why didn't you take the southern route? They had a poster made. Bumper stickers. They put it on the back of the car. Dad, why didn't you take the southern route? It went down in history as a family joke. They should have taken the southern route. It wouldn't have been a bumper sticker then. It would have just been like they would have, they would have gone. They would have enjoyed the southern weather. Oh, I got a lemonade. I was driving and somebody was there selling lemonade on the street. Yeah. You're not getting that in the north. No, they throw it at you. Oh, you looked at me wrong. Whoa. Okay, buddy, I'm just doing this now. You didn't look at me at all. You can't win, right? Down south, you still get the, hi there, how you doing? Come on in, I'll get you some lemonade. I got that freaking lemonade second time through. They're like, and that's why we got the bumper sticker idea. We're like, look, we need to bumper sticker this. Dad, why didn't you take the southern route? And then on the bottom, by Menon. Oh my goodness. I'm out of my freaking mind. Affleck. That head though, guys, seriously. Like, I don't know what to do with it. Some people have like a secondary journey. I don't know if you know about this. But if you decided you wanted to take the 7-year journey and get to the second ear, there's an amusement park ride. Yeah. You take it's steps. You have to go to walk up the side and go up to the top of Ben Affleck's ear. Whatever ear you go to. You're climbing up the back end. There's a set of stairs there. This is done like very similar to how they did the Mount Rushmore. I mean, you're walking up and you got the stairs all the way up the back of the ear. And then as you get here, it's almost like the log flume. Yeah, you're log fluming it all the way down Affleck. And it's a kind of a good breakup because if you're one of the people, like the people who had the education system, I'm going to bring my kids home. They want to somehow meet someone and have a family on their own, right? Whatever. 7 years, You needed a 7-year journey back to get them home. 14 years later, they showed up. Nobody was interested. None. Yeah, she was 34, and everybody had got married. Like, that was a weird time in history.